All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the
Compromise.
AKA.
Meet me halfway.
All right. I guess my wife or beautiful counterpart here is not going to go headphones, so I might as well take mine off. I
See,
didn't.
this is why you need them on so you
Hey,
can hear.
I didn't cause a
I
little
have a
echo.
reason not to wear the
She
headphones.
got her beautiful hair here. But yeah, today is actually as I put my phone on silent, surprise podcast. We want to do it, just to be able. We finna post this thing soon.
Oh, you said surprise. I'm like, what's the surprise?
It's not really a surprise. Everybody knows we do the podcast every Friday, but today, well, I guess the surprise is the topic.
Yeah, I don't know what the topic is.
Topic I wanted to do today is love. It's love.
Okay.
It's love.
What about love?
What's your definition? We can get into that first.
Well, the first one that I recognize is love. God is love.
Ooh.
That's the first one
Okay.
that comes to mind. And his love is, unconditional. His love is, I don't know, warm. It's
What what's
grace, it's mercy.
what's warm about it?
Well, when you are crying at night or when you're going through, sometimes you read the Bible or you pray and
Yeah.
you get that to keep going, and that's love instead of, what the devil does, try to trick you into being your worst self. So,
Yeah. Um, I like the definition of unconditional.
yeah.
I love that. I know that even with me, I fall short with unconditional love with you because I make it about conditions, a lot of times. And I think that's why I wanted to do today, just to be able to, let you know I love you, you know,
Thank you.
through thick and thin, through hard times. I set a lot of conditions on some things, and recently you shared something with me where you had to set me straight. Sometimes I try to always help other people, but you don't know who you're hurting when you're trying to help everybody in the world. You know, because we can't like this battle. Every podcast I say it. Control. It's about. You have to realize it though. You have to understand that God is God for a reason. He can be able to do all of these things, handle all of this stuff, and juggle all of this stuff, and then also handle every child. That's crazy. And then I try to be like, give this person advice, give this person advice, but I don't. I didn't notice that I was affecting you sometimes. So that's why I was like, I want to let you know I love you, and I know some future podcasts may come out and some things may be said, but that was the first thing. It was about the definition. So I guess the next part I would get into, or just my little ramble that I was just doing, is just letting you know I love you unconditionally. And sometimes I do a bad job of trying to always help so many people, but not realizing that, or just checking on you. I just need to. Sometimes I need to give you reassurance. Just let you
Yeah.
know. I'm here. I'm here for you.
I appreciate that. That
So
is definitely needed sometimes. And I know I can do it for you too, more. But yes, I know sometimes you do try to be Superman for everybody. And
yeah,
it'd be like, hey, I'm over here. No, no,
yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate that. I love you too. And, there's room for improvement for both of us. So it's not all on you
Yeah,
every time.
I got you. No, I mean, but I guess another question is, do you give love to everyone the same, or
No.
is it okay? What about some people that's out there that are struggling with just trying to love everybody, just trying to be that
Man,
glue for their family. Some people, I felt like at one point I was like, I gotta be the glue. Like my dad passed away, and I was like, I gotta be the glue. I gotta do this.
yeah.
And see, that overwhelms me. And sometimes when I'm overwhelmed, like I said, I don't know I'm affecting you. So do you feel like you ever have a situation where you're doing that?
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like just juggling my, well, I guess my love language, which is quality time, and juggling that um, love
Yeah.
with my friends, my family, my husband has been a challenge. So, doing my love language, which is quality time. So I really don't have advice on how to do it.
Something you still
Yeah, that's something
trying
I'm
to figure
still
out.
trying to
Okay.
figure out. And I'm grateful that my friends and family, though,
Yeah.
um, and husband are, what's the word?
Understanding.
Yeah, I guess understanding and don't make me feel bad about it. That I can't go to everything like I used to or spend quality time all the time like I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful. Not for real. Hold
Thank
that
you.
thought.
Okay, yeah, Mother, you got to do something. I see you.
I have. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna hold that thought.
I actually did not see you walk in with a trash bag. Actually, I was editing. Uh, oh, is this for me? Back in my flowers.
There you go. So
It's gonna be all in the mic.
I know
Sorry,
it's gonna be
guys.
all loud and stuff like that. Don't show the price tag.
Ooh,
No, just kidding.
that's
No, but sometimes, it just, like I said, it's taking that moment, taking that, just trying to get it situated, taking that moment, taking that time, that's just me saying that I love you, you know. Sometimes I don't know how to show it. Sometimes I don't know how to say it. It's like today. Today was a rough day for me. But my grandmother, she just talked to me and she was just like, "It's not that bad." And I was like, "Dang," like, I was
That's
like,
how I was with you too this week. I was like, "Hey, baby, I had a bad day. It wasn't a bad day, but it was a little rough."
"Yeah, yeah."
Yeah.
But we talked about it, and so that's where and certain things that you brought to my attention, from other conversations with other friends and stuff like that. I have some future guests coming on podcasts and stuff, and hopefully I didn't make them uncomfortable. Because that's I want to genuinely show people that I love them. That's why I told you I want it to be this authentic person. This like you come to Darchi and you finna get Darchi. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna get a half step back. But sometimes I don't even realize that I'm giving them the 100%, but I'm giving you 75. While I'm giving them the 100. So that's why I wanted to do something nice for my wife. Haven't ever bought you flowers on the podcast before.
Not on the podcast. Well, actually, for my birthday podcast, you did.
They didn't get to see that.
Don't forget, you're supposed to be finding the one little clip that survived.
We're gonna try.
Y'all,
We're gonna try.
I had a whole beautiful podcast with some of my closest friends, and then the hard drive crashed.
It crashed.
And
yeah.
it was costing thousands to fix it, so we just had to take that L.
If anybody out there knows how to fix hard drives, please call us at 1-800.
For a
No,
reasonable amount.
I know, right? No, it was expensive. But no, that's a good that's a good thing that you touched on that too. Is friend love. You know what I'm saying? That friend, you said you're trying to be able to like grasp or have that understanding, but sometimes I think sometimes we overthink that, what I'm saying, we may have to do this for them, or sometimes I feel like some people's expectations, like we don't know their expectations, so we just assume that you want me to do this, you probably want me to do 1,000
we have
things.
expectations of ourselves and how we want to show up and present ourselves.
That's deep. Expectations for us, that's
Yeah.
too heavy for us sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little
Can't control.
too much of a burden sometimes. Because I was one of those people, like quality time, yes, I'm spending time with everybody. I
Yeah.
go to 3 different places in one day. I'm tired. Can't do that no more. And people, like I've made a lot of great, friendship relationships. But my church, my church family.
Yeah.
And then Darchi came along and he was like, ooh, it was a time where he was like, ooh, can you fit me in your schedule? That's how much I just enjoyed being out and, spending time with people. So where was I going with that? I don't know.
Well,
But
we can
basically,
segue then. Do you feel like if you don't spend that time, do you feel like it's something that you're missing? Do you feel like they would love you less? Do you feel like something that is just like, dang, like if I don't make it to this for this person, or if I don't make it to this for these people, like, you know, maybe
I guess
I won't love them as much. You know, maybe I won't feel that connection between that friendship or that bond that I have.
that's a loaded question. It really depends on
Loaded
the
baked potato.
person. It depends on the person too, because I've made really good relationships with like some of my coworkers in the past, but I don't really talk to them like that. You know, it's more of a like a cordial thing, but I still have like love for them. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'll still reach out when I can and when I think of it. But then there's some people who I'm like super duper close with. I've known for years, where it's like I talk to them, you know, at least once or two times a week, you know, just to
yeah,
check in because, you know, I don't want to say one's more important than the other, but you know, it's just hard to juggle a lot of people. So some people kind of like they say it's seasonal, you know,
okay,
and some people are more long lasting, and you just have to put a little bit more effort into it, and then that effort just shows that you care. And I don't think they think that I don't love them less, but it does change the relationship, you know,
yeah,
the dynamic of it, but the love is still there. And I don't feel like they think less.
yeah.
Sometimes their feelings may be hurt depending on what I'm missing, but overall I think, did I answer your question?
No, no, you did. It kind of it gets me to thinking too, as well. For like certain people out there, like, is love really unconditional? Do we really feel like love is unconditional? Then do
Well,
we
that
feel like as
was
friends, as a family member, like, do we feel like love is unconditional? Is that truly what we do with love?
no, not all the time, not at all, no. And then like that was when we first got married. That was a topic that you brought up to me.
Yeah,
You know, you were like unconditional love. I can't remember. I don't know if you were talking about a friend that wasn't doing it,
yeah.
or are you saying that I wasn't doing it at the
Trying to throw me
time?
under the bus for your friends that be watching. No, I just kidding.
Not my friends, your friends.
It
No,
was
your friends. But
my
no, I'm just
friend that
saying.
wasn't
But
giving me.
remember when you first brought it? You brought it up to me, that unconditional
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah,
topic.
yeah. I
Do you
talked to
remember
I
what it
talked to
was
my
about?
friends about, because that was one of the things that we were, my friends always use this concept of learning from each other, you know, and so we came up with this concept all together, because a lot of us, you know, I can't be the sole owner of things that, you know, that that is said, because some of them attribute to this, or some of them have something that impacts the word. Boom, okay, we talked about it or we prayed about it, and then now this is what happened. So I had talked to one of my closest friends, Fo, and that's where she was, you know, being able to battle or think about unconditional love. And we was talking about that because it's between friendships, you know. So it's between friendships, family, or even a relationship. So that was something that I was like, oh man, like I had to think about what and see, but then I tried to control what unconditional love means to me. Like you said, I think the biggest part about it is that God gives us unconditional love, but God is a perfect being. So then we expect these unperfect beings, you know what I'm saying, imperfect, whatever word you want to use. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, good on definitions of words, but we expect these imperfect beings to give us unconditional love when I feel like that's a perfect attribute. You know what I'm saying? Even if we think that we're just like, hey, like
Some
I
people
give
think
it.
they should receive it but not give it.
That's
There's people
tough.
who think that they're perfect and that they are not flawed and that they deserve a perfect being to, to you know, like that's
Yeah.
not unconditional love to have, to expect someone to love you unconditionally, but if but they can't give it back. Does that make sense? Am I making
No,
sense?
no, no. Yeah, yeah. So you
It's,
saying that I want to receive it, but I can't give it. Like we talked about the
yeah,
other day, love
there's
languages.
definitely conditions that they put on
Yeah.
the other person, but it's like, oh well,
Like,
what are
you
you
have to
what are you
you
doing?
have to provide for the family. You have to like a man woman thing. Like you
Yeah.
have to provide for the family. You have to do this, and I bear the children. I do this. This is what I do. So if you're not doing this at a minimum, then you know what I'm saying, like you're
Yeah.
not loving me
Almost
unconditionally.
like, expectations.
Yeah,
A lot of
I think it's a lot
expectations.
of criteria and expectation put in that definition as well, because as imperfect beings, we might not even notice that we're, you
Yeah.
know, treating that person as like, hey, I want unconditional, but I'm conditioning you. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm challenging you to do something
Yeah.
right now, but I may not even notice because sometimes we have this thing, or I even talk to some of your friends, like some of the girls or women, let me say women, sorry about that. Some of the women in the world, they have this list, or they have things that they're trying to meet. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're single, you're a single woman, you're dating, like you have this, like, I want a man like this. And
Mm-hmm.
so one of the things that I try to encourage one of your friends to understand is that we have to keep going back to God, because God is gonna have the final say so. I'm sorry, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The rule of the world is that things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this list, but God knows your list, and
Mm-hmm.
God has a better list for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand that all these conditions that you're putting on it, and this criteria, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep putting yourself at jeopardy, because God is gonna give you something to where you actually can receive unconditional love and the way he wants you to receive it, because he may be teaching you something that he may be trying to show you, like, hey, look, like you got a lot of you have a lot of stipulations behind what you want this man to do
Yeah.
for you. You have a lot of things that this, you know, and I think it's, I know sometimes I be so tough on women, because I be like, dang, it's tough on the guys, like we got to do this, or because we still try to battle how to be a man, but it's tough on the women as well, because
Yes,
some
for sure.
men want women to be like, be this, you know, I even
Yeah.
wanted you to be something that, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
you were not.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have that. You know, I wanted to grow you into it. Sometimes we call this growing and maturing together and grow.
Yeah.
Like, can you grow someone, you know, outside of your own child? But at the same time, your child is growing at a rate that you can't control it.
Oh yeah, you can't
You
control
know what I'm saying? Like, your child has to go to school. Your child has to be around other people
and develop.
and
You can't
develop.
unlove them if they not developing as quickly as people say. And you shouldn't do that with your loved ones and stuff like that.
A
Yeah.
child that becomes homosexual or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are quick to be like, people don't even have kids. I remember this conversation with my homeboys. Like, we don't have kids, and we're like, would you love your son if he was gay? You know, like,
Mm. You just gonna stop?
but if we just said love is unconditional, that means love has no conditions. If God was to love me, if God was to love the world so
Mm-hmm.
that he gave his only begotten son, if he loves us that much, we're his children. You can't love your child just strong. You know what I'm saying? That confuses me. So that's why I never like try to embark on those conversations and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, like, I don't care what my son does. Like, I can't, like, what are you controlling at that moment? Am I stopping my kid to like, don't watch that, don't watch this, don't watch, he's gonna be influenced by something.
Yeah. Eventually,
I
they'll
don't
be
even
out
know him
of
yet.
your control. Yeah, to where you can't. You can control so much, like you were saying. Yeah.
You can only control so much, but then we are, as human beings, that's why I say I still battle with it, because I have so many people around me that don't even understand that concept, that they're trying to control their life. They're
Oh yeah.
trying to
Well,
control, like,
don't go there. Everybody trying to control their life.
yeah, people
Everybody
trying to
trying to
control what
manifest.
Sister Mary said at the church. Like, she's gonna talk. She's gonna talk about you. She's gonna say something. You know, people go to church and they expect
And I
something.
believe in what's it called, manifesting.
Manifesting.
Yeah, I believe in that to an extent, but people really try to say
Like,
you
what
can
way?
control your whole life. A lot of the things that they put out there. I feel like that's a little too deep.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't
that's another
say.
thing with control. People be trying to control their life.
I would say it's some people that have manifested because they have a very strong belief in God, and they have a very strong belief in what they want,
And they're working towards it.
working towards that. But
But you
will
can't
I say,
control every day, though. You can't control
can't
how
control,
that journey
yeah.
goes. Is kind of where
because you
I'm
may
saying.
get in a car wreck and that may take you back a step.
Delay you.
Yeah,
Or,
but
you
that don't mean you're not on track.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, so that comes with that. But then at the same time, when you feel like your manifestation, or those people that are manifestors and they give up, it's not up. It's up to you to keep going, because you have to know that if you believe that God has a plan for you, that it will come true.
It will work out.
It will work out. but some of us are quick to give up because we don't understand. See, the problem or
You don't have that
disconnect,
control, and now you can be
we don't
like,
have that.
have a temper tantrum.
And if you look at it in a sense, we don't trust God enough to give him control.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And trust is a part of love. We say we love God so much, but then at the same time, think about people that you don't love you know what I'm saying, like you don't love as strong as your family or something. You know what I'm saying? You may not trust them that much. You know what I'm saying? People I know that I'm like, I like them, I'm cool with them. I'm not gonna give them $100 bill and expect me to come back for that $100 bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't trust them as much as that. But then even with family sometimes, just to be honest, you know, I know family are watching. It's some things that I don't trust family with.
Yes.
You know, it's some things that I
Well,
don't.
I think that's a lot of times in general, even people that you do love, sometimes it's like, I don't trust you that much in that area.
Exactly.
You know?
So then I feel like trust is a part of love. Like then we're adding on to the definitions of love. What does love mean to us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you love about me?
Ooh, where do I begin? I think I love your thoughtfulness.
Okay.
I don't want to put you on blast, but I love your sensitivity, when you're vulnerable.
Why am I on blast for that?
I don't know. Some men act like it's a big deal when someone says they're a little sensitive or something. But
Hello, podcast. I'm very sensitive. I'm a sensitive
oh
male.
my gosh.
I cried, 2 days ago, to you?
Yes.
That's why she got flowers today.
But I love that you're ambitious.
Okay.
I love that you try to do better. You're not someone who's like, this is who I am. I'm stuck in this,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love those things about you, for sure. Just to name a few.
I appreciate that. What I love about you, like I said before in a previous podcast, I love your strength. You showed me who you are in ways that I didn't expect it. You know, that's what God gives us, the unexpected. You know, because I was expecting something, but He showed, like I told you, that list. Men have lists too. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like, men, we have our list of. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But you marked the first one. You're beautiful. That's astonishing. Like top tier. You know. She didn't want to put her headphones on because she was like,
Toot toot. No.
Go ahead, do your thing. I don't even know. But no, I just love like I said, the strength. To me, it shows me all the things that we were going through or battling through, and to come out as strong as you are at this moment and keep fighting with me. Tenacity. Like, you are a person that I don't see giving up. As hard as the stuff may get, as hard as the journey may get, I don't see give up in your nature. And that's what I appreciate about you, because I know that I can be a lot. I know I can be a lot to handle or deal with. I'm emotional. I'm sensitive. I am. I don't care if my friends are listening. I don't care if my homeboy is there. I'm sensitive. You know, I have, like you said, this ambition comes with a price sometimes. You know, it comes with a lot of mental defects. You know, a lot of times people just think like you wake up and you're energized and you're ready to go work. You know, like, no, I don't want to work the rest of my life. If someone gave me $1 million, I'm going to go to sleep on that green couch right there and hurt my neck. I'm really going to do that.
The Eagles couch.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I appreciate you're thoughtful. You're thoughtful as well. You're very thoughtful. You're, like you said, the Eagles couch. Yeah, she probably did it on purpose. She probably didn't. I don't know what it was, but but no. One day you went to the grocery store and you gave me one of my favorite snacks, and I just was like, dang, she really thought about me, because she had to hide it too, because I've been on this weight loss journey. So, but no, it's I know it's fun. Yeah. But two thoughtful things right there. To me, that's two thoughtful things. You know, that's why I'd be like, I know you got it in you because your mama do it. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama stuff. But no, on you to hide it from me, because I know I'm dealing with eating snacks too much and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you love me enough to be able to respect, that I'm trying. And it's something that you don't even eat, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. And you hit it, but you also got it for me at the same time, because like, dang, my husband really likes this. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna see if I can sneak a few to him or something like that. But also so he can enjoy, but also enjoy in moderation, like you said. So that's what I appreciate a lot about you. You know, like you said, the list can go long and long. That's why we have more podcasts to come. We might have to do love episode part two. But
I still
uh,
think we show each other unconditional love because, I mean, of course, we've have had expectations, both of us.
yeah.
Have had expectations, but the
Okay,
love is still there, huh?
I was about to say, yeah, you in the camera still.
Yes, I am. Sorry. The love is still there, has always been there. I don't think it's ever left,
Yeah,
Because we said we made those vows, and I think we meant them when we said them.
yeah. We kind of did some halfway vows, so that's why I was trying to,
Halfway vows. You talking about the
I
ones
mean,
that they tell us to
we
say?
got married at the courthouse, So,
One day we'll do it again. And we can.
well, let's do it now.
What? That's something I feel like I have to.
Yeah, no, just raw feelings.
Fun.
Give me a minute of just raw. You want me to go first? It sounds like you're nervous. You're
I
not
am
even
nervous.
looking
You
at the
put me on the
camera.
spot like that.
Yeah, we didn't get the courthouse. You always dreamed of having this reception. We got married at the courthouse.
Yes.
If I was to have a wedding with you, or if I was to say today, from the journey of us even starting this
3 years
podcast, and
in.
then now and 3 years in, a year into the podcast, a year and almost a half now, I would just say, I vow to honor you, put you first. I vow to protect you. I vow to protect your feelings, not try to harm you, you know. I vow not to be perfect because I'm not perfect. But I vow to make sure that I can come back and things like this. You can hold your flowers up now. And things like this that, they probably can't see
I
it.
don't.
But
I just don't want to make that rattle noise.
but no, I vow to, I don't know how long I've been doing that, but, I give you flowers a lot, and I vow to keep doing it, because I want you to know that it don't matter how mad I get, don't matter how upset I get, the world against me, I would not do it with anybody but you.
Oh.
I would not, be the man who I am today without you. You know, I expect to live a lifetime with you, and if God allows us to, I would love to spend the rest of my life with you, even eternity. If He allows me to see you in heaven, I will be the happiest person in the world. I
Being
think I would be.
somebody's garden angel together. No.
Yes. Barely guarding them because I can't keep my eyes off you. No, but I vow to do those things. I want you to know that, like I said today, this surprise little, sometimes I just try to just say, hey, let's do a podcast. And then just, I love just making you smile. I think that's what I vow to just make sure I continue to do that, make you laugh. It's something that you loved about me. I have a lot of insecurities, but one thing I'm not insecure in is that I can make you laugh.
Yeah.
I can make you laugh. I can make you smile, and I can, do my best for you. I just vow to just do my best. I've been wanting to do some things and get everything aligned and everything, like I've been wanting, a lot of things I've been desiring to do. And I've been promising that I want to keep those promises, but you'll take it one day at a time. But I just wanted to let you know that I love you, and it ain't going nowhere. I mean, as much as some of these things that I say to your friends and your family, and I wanted to break up with India and all of this and stuff like that. Is if I made that decision, that would have been the worst thing I did in my life. That would have been the worst thing I ever could have happened. All the jokes that we say, like, oh yeah, like, oh, you gonna be calling me, you gonna be doing that. I would have been depressed. I would have been sad. I would have been hurt. Because you as much as all the things that we've been through, what I'm saying? Like you going through this surgery and going through losing cars. We both lost cars together. We both lost a car. Total. Both of us going through like finance troubles and then getting out of debt, paying off all our credit card debts and stuff like that. Accomplishing that, starting this podcast, paying off all our camera equipment. It's to be able to do that much, what I'm saying? And then see you still standing right by my side like I said, it's beautiful, and I just want to let you know how beautiful you are because the journey is just as beautiful as you are. The trials and tribulations or whatever it is. You know, our trials is that pimple on your left head right now. No, just kidding.
I was looking at the one
Just
on your
kidding.
nose.
All right, let the podcast know. I'm insecure. No, just kidding. All right, yeah, I'm long winded.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. That's so sweet. You done put me on the spot, Lord. What you done did? Okay.
That man start.
I I vow. Oh, don't put the scary music
My
on.
bad. I thought it was this one.
Yes, something beautiful and tranquil. Is that how you say it? No, but I vow to be a good listener. I vow to be a good wife. I vow, like you said, to be flawed, have my bad days, but pick myself up and give you 100%. What else? I don't know what all do I vow. What do I vow? Because you did more than just vows. You did.
I know. Just make it your own flavor. You don't have to do what I did.
I know.
Being you is very special.
Well, I like you said, I vow to love you without conditions. I feel like I do that already, but you know, we have our moments. But I vow to keep trying on bad days. I vow to have adventures, many more adventures. You know. Um. That's all I have right now. I don't like to be put on the spot like that.
It's fine. It's totally fine. This whole thing was putting you on the spot. You know.
I know,
Hey.
but that one is very, what's it called? Intimate.
Hey. I mean, hey. Well, why not? You know,
I don't think it's bad that we did it, shared it, but that would be something.
you would want to share it in front of people and stuff.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
know.
saying. That's not a problem. I would want time to think of all that we've gone through and all that you mean to me. You know.
There's no better time than today. You know, or no better time than I don't know. Hey,
But you know you mean a lot to me. You mean the world to me.
that.
We are Bonnie and Clyde, baby.
I don't know if I want to be Bonnie and Clyde.
Clyde.
They got shot. I
We
don't.
don't have to do the shooting part.
gotta
I mean,
get
we
shot.
don't steal,
Okay.
but we're a
You don't
team.
steal. No, just kidding.
We're a team. That's
No, I like it. No, I'm like I said. I understand. It was everything was on the spot. You know that's why I would even put the title on this podcast. Love. It's just love. It's just, it loves about anything. You know, and what better way to tell people about love or show people about love other than
showing our love.
showing our love, So that's hey, people may, they may shed a tear or something. I don't know.
Not that tear.
I mean, if you do, I appreciate that tear, and I appreciate y'all watching. I definitely do. So tips for people that are out there.
Sorry, I wanted to get the definition of love.
Oh, okay, I got you. Go ahead, do your thing.
An intense feeling of deep affection. I feel like I said that real country, but an intense feeling of deep affection.
Intense. Intense. It don't say nothing about unconditional because I was like, we definitely.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's not a synonym.
Great interest and pleasure in something. Like or enjoy very much. Feel deep affection for someone.
Okay.
Yeah, the unconditional probably is the Bible version.
It's the church folks. Hallelujah. All right, but no, I would say that to because I know we're wrapping up too. Just like advice to people. I'm gonna just say from males, just from because I'm gonna just speak from my heart, for that's why I told you I always want to keep the podcast, somewhat transparent. We probably can't tell them everything sometimes, but sometimes I do tell people too much. So, but just from the male perspective of how or my opinion on love and when you're giving love to a female, Just understanding, like how you said, you said in a previous podcast, growing pains. Understand that y'all, you will have growing pains, but that doesn't mean to love. That doesn't mean love her less.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean love someone less. And I think that I was, I failed in that area. I failed in that point
Mm-hmm.
when, what I'm saying, I didn't understand that, love is growing together, for us.
Yeah.
It's that growth, and it's that, like you said, adventure. When you're watching adventures or action shows, you don't see the main character just go skate straight through. You know what I'm saying? He goes through some obstacles, he goes through some tosses and turns, he goes through some ups and downs. He learns things about himself, and then he accomplished it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he builds character. Like he learns new tricks. So if you think about action movies or sometimes superhero movies, they get new traits or new superhero traits. And that's amazing, about just learning to grow with people because you've been that superwoman for me. So that you've been that I've been seeing you gain superpowers, and I'm just like, I seen you, babe, I'm editing this picture. I was just like, dang, that's I woke up from a nap today, you know what I'm saying?
He don't like naps.
And I don't like naps, you know what I'm saying? So God has a funny way of transitioning things because we think we have so much control. As a man, and it's from a man's perspective too, I'm gonna just say from my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Learn that you're not in control. Learn that sometimes it's okay to not be in control as well because there's a higher power that may have something planned for you. Sometimes women have this yearning, or a lot of women I know, I may not be right, or this is my opinion on women, that they have this yearning to be able to show that they're capable. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, look, I can do just as good as this, or I can do this, just as well, or I'm strong. I have strength, you know what I'm saying? And they prove it to themselves. Women do a lot of proving things to themselves. They get dressed, they get cute, I know that I do this good. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing that men have to understand, that hey, look, she probably can do something well. She probably can handle your finances. Let her handle the finances if you're not good at handling, just because you think that you're the head and you're control. God brought you her for a reason. It's up to you to find out the reason. So that's just me. That's why I had to figure out with you what is the reason. And even in some situations, you may think you know the reason, and you don't know. I'm gonna tell you that you do not know, because in things that I was like, oh, India's brought here to be cuddly and loving and show me how to be a part of family. That's not what you were brought here for. You know what I'm saying? God showed me more and more qualities and traits that I needed you. He was just like, you need her. Hey, babe, where's my? He's in here. Okay. Wait a minute, Lord. Do I misplace stuff? Like, am I? Wait a minute, Lord. Like, like, is that me? You know what I'm saying? Like, even with financial stuff, or even with organization or something like that. I'm thinking I'm very organized. Or
You're doing good. I have to give you a props for the organization. You can buy some stuff. I said, oh, that's smart. That's a good idea.
Hey, but you got to get your tips and advice from someone, or you help me with styling. You're a stylist, you know what I'm saying. But even though I was thinking mentally that I'm a financial person, it's a different world. Sometimes you may think that you know what this person is here for in your life, but learn to grow with them, and then learn with each other to be able to handle this person's good traits, good qualities, and handle their bad traits as well. Because a
Yes.
lot of people can't handle both. They like, I'm gonna take the good. That's conditional.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your good. I'm gonna take your bad. Your bad may be something I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's why God put us
It's a
together.
team.
It's teamwork. It's not,
Yes.
I'm going to yell at you until you get it right because you're always wrong. That's your bad. You don't know how to do that. Or me, I misplace things. Don't yell at me because I misplace things. Work with me.
Yeah.
If you know how not to misplace things, that's unconditional love.
Find a solution.
Finding solutions to it together. Sometimes you may not have the solution as well. That's where we go back into control. Now we ain't got that much time.
Hmm.
That's why God, if you don't have a solution, God got one.
And bad things, obviously, a lot of time people think about cheating and abuse.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it's that's not what we were talking about. sticking around for there's other bad traits out there that you don't even realize until you live with somebody and you're planning things and living actual life. You'll see different traits and stuff like that. So that's what we're talking about, just to
It's your
clarify. It's my turn for what? What am I doing?
Oh, this is the tips to people.
Oh, tips.
Yeah, I was given a long tip, so mine has turned to a tip to a.
Tip for love.
Yeah, this is a tip to an offering. I was about to tie it. How long I was going?
Tip for love. Mm.
I was going a long
That's
time.
so
I was about to pay a
broad.
mortgage.
Because you want to love in your
What this button do?
platonic relationship. You want to you have love in romantic and platonic relationships.
Tip for either one.
Obviously, child, my brain is not working.
Words of encouragement.
Love without conditions. I don't know what's wrong.
You overwhelmed?
I am just a little bit, but even the definition was like what intense affection. That's love is more than that.
That's why I say everybody has their own
But it's
definition.
not. Love is affection. It's fluffy. It's dates with people that you enjoy being around and all that stuff. But love is also being there for someone through their hardships.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
As a wife, how could you love better? That can be something. That's a tip. What do you feel like you can? In what ways you can love better?
I don't know because, like I said
Oh,
before,
you're the
it's
perfect one.
spending.
I'm sorry.
No,
Just kidding.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know, and it's like I don't know how. Stop. I no, see,
Oh Lord, we finna have to end the podcast.
Lord, yes, you stressed me out.
I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to say this. I don't know.
I say what? Okay.
I don't know, but just show love. God is love. Even people that you don't like, show love to them too. I guess that would be my biggest advice is showing love to people that you don't like. Like if you have someone at your job that you don't really care for, or someone at your church, or someone at an old friend that you're no longer friends with, just continue to show love regardless because that will at the end of the day make you feel better. And,
I like that.
You don't want that. I don't want to go on another rant.
Burn
but,
the bridge.
People, burn a bridge and people on TV. Like I like to watch, the housewives and stuff like that. But even the ones like the Bad
Nothing wrong
Girls
with that.
Club and stuff like that, the ones that be fighting and stuff. Like it's very good TV. Like yes, I be intrigued. But honestly, like we don't want to embody that. You really want to show love and do better because you don't want to have that darkness on you. I feel like you can just get real dark having that hate in your heart. So
It's a conditional. It's conditional. It's there. No, I did. I like that though.
But I'm sorry, I didn't want to go on to another.
No, you're fine.
But
You're
I
fine.
found my. Sorry, y'all. It's been really busy. I have a lot of pictures to edit, so my mind is.
Now we finna
all
let
over
you
the
get back
place.
to it. But
And
no.
we have a wedding this weekend. I'm like,
Oh yeah, we have a wedding. Shout out,
prep for.
love. Two people that love each other that came together. But no, you're definitely right. I appreciate how you felt about that because that can resonate too to some people. I mean, I think some people can understand that or take that to heart because it's some people out there that want to love people or they true feelings of love, but then the world tells them hate them because they
Beat them
talked
up.
about hate them because they talked about you, hate them because they're your church member, but they putting you in some mess right now. So you gotta not necessarily hate them, but love them conditionally. Now I have to separate myself from you. Now I have to give you a piece of me that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because if God was to do that to us, ooh.
Shame.
Ooh, that's a whole different topic. Ooh. I think, and see, that's where love. That's why I say love is to us, our meaning or our definition. Or like you said, even if you take it to the God version of saying love is unconditional, it's unconditional for a reason why God gives us unconditional love. Because if he had to put conditions on it, we would never meet that definition.
Standard.
We would never meet the standard. We would be judging somebody that's not in your religion. We would be judging somebody that's not doing what
That
you
looks
do,
different than
that
you.
looks different than you, that gay son that you do. You people that don't talk like you, that smoke cigarettes and you don't smoke. Break those traditions of conditions. You know, like that's too conditional because you got to realize, especially because I'm speaking to my people that's in that, you know, in our religion and other religions, and no matter who it is, I know my family, how we grew up. We grew up Baptist, and just letting, you know, just sharing that love to people. Just, man, you got to love them because God so loved the world. I'm just telling you. I know I got a
Oh,
granny
son.
back there shouting somewhere. Boy, you better. I'm telling you. No, just for real though. That's why I told y'all when I was be authentic. I always want to tell people I love them. That's why at the end of this podcast we say we love you all, and we truly mean that. It don't matter who's listening. Like you can comment, you can shoot us a DM. Just know we love you for real. Like I'm sorry. Like it's been some people we want to break bridges with and ties and stuff like that, but we find in our heart that we're like we don't want to sever this on bad terms. We don't want. I don't like to end relationships and then not let people know like, hey, this is how I'm feeling 1st. You know, and I let them take the lead and be like, hey, I'm still gonna love you. You remember, I've severed some relationships, but I still love them. I still be like, hey, they can call me today and be like, Darcy, what did you like? Darcy, didn't you just say? I know. I'm talking to him right now. He,
Yeah.
you know, they venting. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't know they was gonna call me, but they, you know, but hey, you know, but that's the beauty of understanding. Like, it's so much, and it's so even if you broke up with somebody or something like that, you had a relationship. I think a lot of people be the mindset of you gotta hate that person because they were in your past. That's
Well,
so
sometimes
messed
that's
up.
just easier for people to do. So that's
Easier,
what
yeah.
they do.
But that's a whole nother conversation, you know, old relationships. We're gonna bring that topic up. Exes, talking about exes. Didn't we say that?
We did before.
Oh, we did exes. We need to bring it back. We need to bring that one back. That's a good communication, touching topic right there. But yeah, as I did tell you we was gonna end it, but I didn't end it. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
You're beautiful. And you know, hey, we gonna continue to love people. As, oh, excuse me. As God loved us, and we gonna, you know, we're gonna wrap this thing up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you say it right there. This is the
Thank you for watching the compromise.
AKA,
Meet me halfway.
and we love you all. And just thank you so much for listening and
Signing
taking your
out.
time out this beautiful Friday.